In here, and I finally made the plunge. I just picked up a Ryzen 7800X3D, 64 gigs of DDR5 RAM, and a Strix B650E motherboard. At long last, it's time I say goodbye to AM4 socket. I will be upgrading my 5950X and the Dark Hero on here, and I am ready to go. So the idea was that I was able to pick this baby up for this whole thing for about $650, and I'm gonna hopefully sell my 5950X and Dark Hero, and this whole upgrade should cost me about $200. And I plan on using it till the 8800X3D comes out, and I hope it'll just be a seamless upgrade process with these. And then I'll just sell this and cover the cost, hopefully cover some of the cost of that upgrade. But obviously, we're probably at least 2 years away from that if all the rumors are accurate. So let's get this baby installed. Basically, I just want to make sure that this all boots before I gut my computer. I might be the only person on the planet who misses the pin grid and is sad that AMD went to LGA sockets, because I really liked repairing AMD CPUs. I mean, I still will, but obviously I won't be able to do that for a while. I'm sorry, for this generation. Anyway, I'm looking at this. It doesn't look like there's any bent pins in the array. So let's drop the 7800X. Test is up. It post. It was giving me a yellow DRAM light. Nothing was happening. So I thought everything was messed up. So I turned it on and off and reseated it a few times. But it looked like I just had to wait. So it works. And now that we know it works, we can go ahead and put it in the new system. I've tinkered with this PC way too much. This was my original build. Well, the case is the only thing left from my original build from when the 3090 came out. This originally was like a 3090 with a 10850K on it. And obviously everything's changed since then. I've upgraded everything at least once. And now what we're going to be doing is we're going to be swapping out this Dark Hero motherboard and the 5950X for this 7950X3D, B650E, and 64 gigs of RAM. So basically, I just have to take the graphics card out and get the motherboard out and swap everything, and let's get it going. So this will take me a minute, so I'll be right back. One thing I want to show you guys, my Cable Master cable. Nothing is melted. Everything is fine. I've been using this for a few months, and the 4090 adapter is just fine. This is a launch day 4090. I've had this since launch, and it's been on basically the whole time, and there are no problems with it. Now, this is an MSI one, and I've heard MSI kind of limits the power these things can take. So I wonder if the MSI ones are actually the safest 4090 to get. So I will be right back once I take all this out. I forgot how chunky this thing is, and the fact that it needs two support brackets to not sag is amazing. But this thing is in pristine shape. I mean, it's only a year old, but I'm still pretty proud of it. We're gonna go ahead and get out everything else from in here. Cooler's out, and now the motherboard. I've not seen this thing in a long time. Anyway, I'm going to now get the motherboard out and get this thing, and then I'm going to take it outside and clean up all the parts. Alright, so the motherboard is just screwed in. I have to plug in more of the cables, but I just wanted to test these Noctua brackets to make sure this works. So basically, I just put this in, tightened it up, and then I'm going to pull it apart and see if the thermal paste stuck. So the top looks a tad off, as you can see right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to shift these brackets up and see if that'll fix that problem. Alright, so the spread looks like it covers the entire CPU now. So I'm pretty happy with that. Let's just get everything wired up now. Alright, so everything's in but the graphics card, and we're going to get that in right now. It was a lot easier than I kind of thought it was. I really didn't have to rewire anything in the back. I had to move this one cable, and that's it. So I'll be right back when that's done. It's installed. Ironically, I got RAM with LEDs that no one will ever see. Not that I care, but it really doesn't look much different. I put the fans in front, keeping the same airflow pattern. I just didn't want to double up the fans in here. Anyway, not having a post code is annoying since I am technically at a lower quality motherboard, but I can maybe change it up in the future. And honestly, it doesn't matter too much. So everything's in. Just double checking the 4090 cable. There's no gap between it. Everything looks safe. And then I checked it to see if it was level, and as you can see, it's level. Well, it was level. Hold on. Yeah, it's level enough. Yeah, it's pretty level. Anyway, guys, so that means there's no sag pushing down on it. I mean, I can move it a tiny bit. I don't know if you can tell, but there's no give. I'm basically using double brackets, which feels somewhat unnecessary, but it is what it is. All right, guys, I'm going to get this thing booted up, and let's see how it does. And thanks to this free Borderline e-waste monitor, I'm able to get this thing set up. So let's see where we're at in a few minutes, and I'll let you know how it goes. All right, well, CPU temperature looks just fine. So it looks like my knock 2 brackets are installed right. I'm going to go ahead and get some drivers installed on this, and I'm going to go ahead and put this on 3D Mark and just start playing around with it and try to get it on my real monitor. Thing works. And it works. The PC works as intended, which is great. My score was a 25,594. The reason I think it's so far below average, quote unquote, because the average is 29,000, it could be my GPU's not overclocked. I could have a lower bin CPU. My motherboard could have something to do with it, and the fact that my RAM is only CL6000, as I didn't see a need to go any higher than that because the price was good, and I just overclock it to 6,000, and I'm good to go. But one thing I do want to point out is my CPU and GPU temperatures. I was a little worried about the CPU as I'm using still an older Noctua, a DH15 cooler. I mean, it's technically not old, but it's not designed to work with the new Ryzen CPUs. But if you look at the CPU, it's in basically under 60 C the whole time, minus the CPU test when it shoots up into the 70s, and I'm perfectly okay with that. And if we look at my GPU, I'm basically on auto fan on this test, and it was basically mostly in the mid 60s. It peaked to, hit the 70s sometimes, but like I said, I'm running auto fan, so if I were to jack up the fans to like 50%, I'm sure my temperatures would be more than fine. So then if we if we put this score on the internet, it's better than 98% of all results. And if we look at what a premium gaming PC is, it's scoring 31,000. It's basically an overclocked 4090. I'm assuming it's overclocked. A X670E Hero, which is like a $500 motherboard, and a 5950X 3D, which funny enough, I had the chance to get one that for the same price as the 7800 X3D, and I passed on it because I didn't think it was worth it for my use case. So overall, I am pretty happy with this PC. I am very happy with this PC. Thank you guys for watching this video. If you have any questions on it, please let me know. I will be doing another video showing you the kind of performance improvement that I got on the two, comparing the 5950X and the 7800 X3D. So thank you guys for watching. Please like and subscribe. Recruitman out.